Hello, my friend. Welcome. Thank you for joining me in this episode of the Soul Growth Sessions. My name is Astral Shaman, your host and humble guide, here to help you take a moment to relax, open your mind, nurture your soul, and awaken your potential. I'd like to share a story in the form of a rhyming folktale. This tale is about seeing the value in ourselves and others. This story is called Little Dandelion. Once there was a couple who longed for a child. They lived beside a woodland, mysterious and wild. They loved each other deeply, but felt incomplete. They longed to hear the pitter-patter of chubby little feet. One morning, the couple ventured deep into the woods to gather herbs, flowers, and firewood, and seeds to grow their food. They came across a part of the woods they had not noticed the day before. A clearing full of dandelions, as it was summer again once more. White and fluffy little seeds rose up into the air, lifted by the pleasant breeze, some landing in their hair. As the seeds drifted playfully, the couple stood in awe of the magical wonder in this moment and the beauty that they saw. They felt a calling to use this moment to make a special wish. Although both happy with their lives, there was something that felt missed. Each carefully choosing a puff full of seeds, they made their wish together, infusing intention from their breath, as gentle as a feather. The delicate little parachutes joined the gently swirling cloud of fluffy little wishes dancing all around. As the sun began to set, collecting everything that they need, they headed home to end their day, feeling grateful and complete. The next morning, as the couple prepared to leave their humble home, to head into the woods again, while the summer sun still shone, they found a basket at their doorstep, made from carefully woven wicker, covered all over in soft green moss with dew that gleamed and glittered. Inside this otherworldly basket, most to the pair's surprise, was a tiny baby girl with bright green emerald eyes. Overjoyed, they raised the child as their own and without question, teaching her well about the world with kind and loving lessons. When the time came to give her a name, they looked at each other and both thought the same. They took one look at her white blonde hair and with a knowing glance announced and declared, "Our little dandelion, it shall be her name. The seeds have white hair, our girl has the same." With each passing day, the girl grew up healthy, happy and oh so joyful, though the couple were not wealthy. She would run around all day in bare and dirty feet, refusing to wear any socks or shoes like the animals that she'd meet. Whenever it rained, even thundering and crashing, she would jump in all the puddles with energetic splashing. Her favourite things on those rainy days was the feeling of wet in so many ways. She thoroughly enjoyed the drips on her nose or the squishing of mud between her wee toes. To the sky she would stand with her mouth wide open to taste the freshness of the rain and the cloud she had chosen. On warm sunny days, she would run through the woods, playing with forest creatures and copy them if she could. When she grew tired, she would find the nearest tree and sit under it, contented, looking up into the leaves. Feeling the wind blow through the branches and comb through her hair, she would listen to the birds that sang tunefully everywhere. Despite our little Dandelion being happy and also cheerful, others were concerned for her, and even some quite fearful. By the time our little Dandelion was the tender age of 5, others were amazed that the curious child was even still alive. She had not eaten once, not even one bite, though happy and healthy and slept well through the night. She never spoke, not a single word, not even once. Some would blame this on the parents or assume the child a dunce. As time passed by, the parents saw that others must be wrong to question her many little quirks, as she was healthy, bright, and strong. The couple smiled and chuckled, her uniqueness always praised, amused by small and muddy footprints that ran through the house most days. Depending on the seasons, once or twice a week, the couple would sell their gathered herbs, flowers, food, and seeds. But most important of them all were things they didn't sell at all: a special bag of firewood and a little bundle of spare food. Even little Dandelion had a basket of supplies. She chose each treasure carefully, innocent yet wise. The couple started on their journey with little Dandelion in tow, her special basket of supplies swinging to and fro. For their first stop, they visited the residence of the healers. They brought their weekly herbs to sell for medicine, tea, and tinctures. The herbal house was full of scent, some pleasant and some bitter. As the trio ventured further inside, the heavy scent grew thicker. Despite the warm and friendly greetings that beamed from the couple, their simple presence at this time was dismissed as unwanted trouble. The kindly couple were only met with stern and judging concern, viewed as being difficult, too stubborn to ever learn. The senior healer approached them, feeling impatient and delayed, wanting to be done with them, making sure they would be paid. The delivery of herbs were vital supplies, though the healer still met them with stern, judging eyes. A dark and dreary feeling hung heavy in the air, dimming what was special, as if it wasn't there. About my advice, you know that I'm right. Take blessed thistle and gentian root before sleep at night. One must surmise the best at least the girl's appetite has mended. Craving a feast now, surely she must, from the herbs that I have blended. You must have followed my instructions, I'm sure, like any good parent would, for my advice is the best of the best, my knowledge is not crude. Hesitant, the parents answered the healer, whose tone was rather frightening, still glaring at them coldly, with eyes as fierce as lightning. Well, she won't take her medicine and sleeps well through the night. She's happy and healthy, though she won't eat a bite. With utter disgust at not doing things her way, the healer shooed the couple and Dandelion away. I'll take those supplies, thank you, and here is your pay. I don't have time for anyone who won't do things my way. As the couple turned to leave from the rude and frosty reception, their little girl pulled at both their hands because something had caught her attention. A dark and dreary feeling still hung heavy in the air, dimming what was special, as if it wasn't there. Little Dandelion led them over to the apprentice she saw, who sat in the corner. A shy and unassuming soul, their colleagues were much older, often dismissed as nothing special, like a weed beneath a boulder. Uncomfortable with attention, something they were not entirely used to, the reserved apprentice shyly said, hello, can I help you? Are you sure you want to speak to me and not the other healers? I come from humble farming life. My skills as common as my features. The little girl reached into her basket full of supplies, then pulled out a yellow dandelion and smiled with her eyes. For the receiver of this gift, the meaning was so clear. Their soul had heard the message that it needed most to hear. The simple act of recognition cleared the heavy air, because our little dandelion saw something special there. Of course, said the apprentice, now I see it clear, what my soul was telling me and whispering in my ear. The dandelion is often seen as just a common weed, but makes a powerful medicine, helping those in need. Thanking little Dandelion for helping them see clearly, remembering the truth their heart would hold dearly. The couple continued on their journey with little Dandelion in tow, her special basket of supplies swinging to and fro. For the second visit along their journey, delivering supplies of food, they went to see the scholars, who read whatever they could. The scholars were two brothers who had travelled far and wide, collecting as much knowledge as the world could provide. They prized their knowledge above anything else about the world and its many mysteries, aware of the power that knowledge brings, that changes destinies and histories. Despite their extensive and far-reaching travels, the brothers' great intellects were challenged as rivals. Always disagreeing, thinking the other knew better, they could have been wiser if they had just worked together. When the couple and little Dandelion arrived at their study, the smell of dusty books made their noses feel funny. Exchanging their coins for parcels of food, the scholars asked our little Dandelion to speak, if she could. Confused by the scholars, she thought in her head, "Why be so mean? We've just brought you bread." A dark and dreary feeling hung heavy in the air, dimming what was special, as if it wasn't there. One brother exclaimed the reason he thought the child didn't speak, though correct, he was not. The child lacks intelligence, that's why she is dumb. How could you not know where the word comes from? The other disagreed. Can you not see? The parents cannot write, let alone even read. What worthwhile things could the little one know? She simply must be meek, staying silent as snow. The little girl reached into her basket full of special supplies, then pulled out a yellow dandelion and smiled with her eyes. For the receivers of this gift, the meaning was so clear. Their souls had heard the message that they needed most to hear. The simple act of recognition cleared the heavy air because our little dandelion saw something special there. She joined a hand from each together. Between the palms embraced, she placed a single yellow flower to show the truth they faced. Of course, said the scholars, now we see it clear. What our souls were telling us and whispering in our ear. Though our viewpoints may differ, though our perspectives unique, my brother knows the parts of the puzzle that I seek. Even those who are silent still have something wise to say, speaking to us softly in their own special way. Souls of animal, child, and Mother Earth, unheard without a voice, we should speak up for the quiet ones who often have no choice. Thanking little Dandelion for helping them see clearly, remembering the truth their hearts would hold dearly. The couple continued on their journey with little Dandelion in tow, her special basket of supplies swinging to and fro. Next stop was the miser and her grand-looking mansion, delivering flowers that she prized to fill her treasure-filled abode that she boasted about with pride. She opened the door, the hostess to greet, who was pleasant at first, with warm rosy cheeks. Then she noticed the girl and her bare muddy feet and scolded the couple before they could speak. A dark and dreary feeling hung heavy in the air, dimming what was special as if it wasn't there. Who allows their child to roam covered in filth? Have you no pride or concern for her health? Well, I suppose it's the best you can do without any riches or wealth between you. Look at her otherworldly white blonde hair, her glorious green eyes, her skin so fair. A beauty such as hers deserves the finest things in life. She is living like an animal and will only know strife. Though you may feel you are loving and giving, how can you provide for her a good standard of living? The miser's final words were primed to cause the most hurt. With a casual tone, she maliciously smirked. Well, a dandelion can grow anywhere. It's almost their mission, to grow far from their real home in the harshest of conditions. The couple were left wounded, feeling closer to tears, their flaws used against them and shown all their fears. But then little Dandelion marched right up to the door. She saw something in the miser no one had noticed before. The little girl reached into her basket full of special supplies, then pulled out a yellow dandelion and smiled with her eyes. For the receiver of this gift, the meaning was so clear. Their soul had heard the message that it needed most to hear. The simple act of recognition cleared the heavy air because our little dandelion saw something special there. "Of course," said the miser, "now I see it clear, what my soul was telling me and whispering in my ear." Her husband's favourite flower, a soldier lost to war. He used to bring her flowers, now he doesn't anymore. A sweet and precious memory of a love that was lost. She tried her best to forget the pain, but it came at a cost. Our memories and our loved ones more valuable than riches. Love heals all our painful wounds and takes out the stitches. Thanking little dandelion for helping them see clearly, for remembering the truth their heart would hold dearly. The couple continued on their way with little dandelion in tow, her special basket of supplies swinging to and fro. For their final stop, the supplies would be free for the village elder who lived by the sea. A supply of food and firewood to feed the fading embers, letting the lonely elder know someone cares and remembers. When they arrived at the house by the sea, bringing their supply of firewood for free, inside the house, the light that they found had now grown cold and dim. They could barely see anything, and the owner inside, who had now become frail and thin. A sad, forlorn figure sat alone in their chair, feeling lost and forgotten, with nobody there. A dark and dreary feeling hung heavy in the air, dimming what was special, as if it wasn't there. The elder only spoke of themselves in this rhyme, feeling they had reached the end of their time. "I'm no use to anyone, I've already gone to seed. I've nothing left to offer, or do important deeds." The little girl reached into her basket full of special supplies and beamed her biggest, brightest smile with a twinkle in her eyes, handing over a puff this time full of little seeds, the symbol behind this dandelion the village elder needs. For the receiver of this gift, the meaning was so clear. Their soul had heard the message that it needed most to hear. The simple act of recognition cleared the heavy air because our little dandelion saw something special there. "Of course," said the elder, "now I see it clear, what my soul was telling me and whispering in my ear. I had forgotten how wise the little ones can be. We can learn from the seedlings as much as the tree. If the young still have wisdom, then the wise still have youth. Isn't it funny how I'd forgotten the truth?" Thanking little dandelion for helping them see clearly, remembering the truth their heart would hold dearly. Now huddle close, my little seed, I have stories yet to tell, about my adventures and lessons learned, so remember and listen well. As the sun went down after delivering everything that they had, They headed home to end their day, feeling grateful, but a little sad. A dark and dreary feeling hung heavy in the air, dimming what was special, as if it wasn't there. Little Dandelion was looking lost. Had the journey been too long? She couldn't say what was on her mind or tell anyone what was wrong. She wanted to share all of the stories and tales the elder had told her, but inside her a weight that nobody sees, feeling heavy like a boulder. How could she tell stories when the elder was gone? She couldn't tell anyone, not even through song. Her parents had the answer. The meaning was so clear. Their souls had heard the message that they needed most to hear. The simple act of recognition cleared the heavy air because they saw their little dandelion was something special there. As time went by, a new adventure began, her parents helping Dandelion to see their special plan. The apprentice made dyes from the herbs for the ink, for words and for pictures, to create a story link. The scholars taught her each one to read, one to write. They worked together well and had no reason left to fight. The miser bought a store and had all arrangements made. She filled the shop with flowers and made sure everything was paid. The elder told more stories to our little dandelion of countless grand adventures filled with challenges and triumphs. With everyone working together from the bonds they had formed, they helped her write her storybook where this fairy tale was born. I hope you enjoyed this story. If something here resonated with you and you would like to take your experience further, I have created a guided meditation that pairs beautifully with this story over on the premium feed. The title of the guided meditation is Healing the Past and Writing the Future, a guided meditation for powerful manifestation. If you're already a premium member, then I'll meet you there when you're ready. If you're curious about the premium content and would like to learn more, then simply check out the notes in the description box of this episode for more information and a free trial. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the Soul Growth Sessions. I truly appreciate your presence, and I hope to connect with you again soon. So until next time, take care, my friend.